Good evening and welcome to Millennium Stage. And now, please welcome to the mic the Director of Musical Theater for ASCAP, Mr. Michael Kirker.
Thank you, Andrew. This is ASCAP's actually 9th year presenting nights at the Kennedy Center, and over the years we've been presenting the work of young writers who are beginning to make their mark in the American musical theater. Perhaps you were here the year we presented the writers of such works as Murder for Two, Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, Dear Evan Hansen. Well, tonight's guest songwriter is also beginning to make his mark in the American musical theater. Some of his musicals have been produced by some of the really important theater companies, Ars Nova, Washington National Opera, and TheaterWorks USA. A few weeks ago, I saw a brand new musical, his musical Midnight at the Never Get. It was quite sensational. It opened to rave reviews Off-Broadway, particularly an absolute outstanding review from the New York Times. So please welcome the extremely gifted Mark Sonnenblick.
Hello, thank you all for coming, and a huge thank you to Millennium Stage as well as ASCAP for having me. Very excited to gonna play several songs from a bunch of different musicals, and just gonna kind of be an intimate little concert. I normally don't sing. I will be singing some of them, but we got Debbie over there on the drums and Mike, who are gonna play about 1 million instruments as well, so I'm excited. I hope you enjoy. This first song is actually from that musical that Michael just mentioned, Midnight at the Never Get. It's called A Little Less to Lose. Good? Right. There are no new songs. There are no new stories. Love is bliss or it's hell. That's the game. Well, I've sung the songs, so I know the stories, and I fell for the man all the same. Am I lost? Am I lonely? I have only myself to blame. I should have laughed a little less, should have wept a little less, and been willing to accept a little less. I guess maybe then, when the song we sang turned out to be a blues, I would have had a little less to lose. I should have said a little less, should have cared a little less, should have shown up, should have shared a little less. I guess maybe then, when my only rose turned out to be a ruse, I would have had a little less to lose. I could have stripped my gears, I could have clipped my wings, I could have spent my tears and all those years on other people, places, things. But if I did it all again, I would love him even more. I would free my eager heart and let it soar some more. I could show so much less of me, and less of me would bruise But if I had to choose, I'd rather bruise and share and break and give as much as I can, as long as I live. I'd rather love a little more than have a little less to lose. I'd rather love than have a little less to lose. From that show, there'll be a couple more from that show later on. It takes place in the 60s. The whole score is kind of American Songbook. It's a fictional songwriter who kind of came up in the 50s and 60s and was writing for cabaret, and the story of his love affair with the singer. So we'll hear some more from that. We're also going to hear a couple of songs from a new show that I'm working on that's very different. That show is called Devotion, and this song is from that show. Mike's going to sing it. He, in this situation, is playing guitar, but he's also playing a football player who has just found out that his career has ended. He's a high school football player, senior, supposed to go off to college, and then he gets an injury that ends his career. So everyone's feeling kind of sorry for him, but he sings this song. It's the first time we meet him. He sings it to the girl that he meets about how actually it's not that big a deal. And it's called New for Me Now.
Look, I've never been one of those $1,000,000 dreamers. I've never said, here's what my life has to be. I've never been one of those stadium crowds. Do you wanna die? Head in the clouds, pie in the sky kind of dreamers. Not me. Everyone decided I was destined for glory, so nobody believes me when I say I'm fine. Everybody keeps acting like my fate is sealed. Like hit the showers, put your dreams to bed. Hey, just because I won't be on that field doesn't mean I'm dead. All it means is something new for me now. I don't know what, I couldn't tell you how it'll find me, but I know it's true. I know there must be something new. There will be something good on the way. You wait and see. Impossible to say who I'm gonna be or what I'll do, but I believe it's something new for me now. Sure, some days I still drive by the field on the weekend. Some days I still wake up at 6 a.m. I can't forget about a lifetime of plays, the triumphant tears, the shape of my days for all of those years. But then I think of what my coach would say. He used to tell us that the pain won't last. He'd always say, when you pray, boys, pray for the future. 'Cause the past is the past is the past, and it has to shatter into something new for me now. Well, I can't wait. I love what I love, but I can't fight fate. I'll follow through. I'll follow through with something new. Might have to ride another road out of town, but I will be gone. The world can knock me down. I am moving on and pushing through. There's something left, but it's new for me now. it's that summer sky, makes you feel like anything could happen. Star bright summer sky, I am shining too. There will be something new.
Hold me now, can't wait.
For me now.
Tell me how, and I'll begin
To follow
I'll follow through.
I'll follow through with something new.
I'll follow through.
I don't know when it's gonna find me,
Well, I
but
can't
there
wait.
is something
I
new.
love what I love, but I can't find me.
It better
There will
find
be
me.
something. There will be something. There must be something. There must be something new. Thank you, Mike Brunn. This next song is called I Cannot Change the Way I Am. And this one is also from Midnight. So Midnight, as I mentioned, is about this fictional songwriter who lived in the 60s, but we're hearing the story of his life through the singer that he had a romance with in the 60s. He's the narrator of the show. The show's sort of a cabaret. And the singer of all the songs for the evening was the lover of this songwriter back in the 60s. And it's sort of like, oh, all these famous songs no one's heard before, but those songs that we all grew up with, let me give you the real story behind them. The story about how they were all written for me, and he was in love with me the whole time. And so this is one of those songs that the songwriter wrote for the singer to sing. And Debbie is going to sing it now. And this is a brand new arrangement. I'm very excited.
I cannot change the way I am. I cannot change the way I burn with quiet fever. The way that her earnest eyes can turn me to a true believer. I cannot change the way I am. So very strange the way I feel. Though it's a dangerous game we play, I just adore it. Believe me, I prayed, and I'm afraid there's simply nothing for it. I cannot change the way I am. Am I slow or unwilling? Does my heart disobey? Is it so unfulfilling to wake up every day and to stay this way? Some people hide the way they burn. a shame. I wind up, shame is always hers as ever. I cannot change the way I am.
This is a chill, it's a pretty chill set. It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be fun. This next song is also, it's a lot of ballads. This one's Look Out for My Heart. This was written for Devotion. Sorry, it was not written for Devotion, this other show with the football player. I put it into Devotion because I thought it was a nice song. It's never a good idea to do that when it's not written for the show. So it's since been taken back out. But this is the version of the song that was rewritten for the show. That, you know, won't really make sense, I guess, but I think it's nice. It's sung by the lead character actually to that football player who was singing. Because of his injury, he ends up becoming addicted to painkillers, and sort of the journey is the two of them and kind of their romance and this town, and she's kind of a rough family life with her mother, who is also addicted. And at this point, she basically is singing to the football player towards the end of the show that maybe it's not going to work out between them. It's called Look Out for My Heart. You're always on the verge of breaking. I admit that turns me on. Well, here I am to calm your shaking, to hold you till the dark is gone, to punch up the joy when you find it, to be there whenever you call. Never, not once did I mind it at all. But just because for you I'm steady, it doesn't mean I'll never crack. Maybe I have cracked already. And who is gonna piece me back when you say you will try? I believe you. And I know that we've made it so far. All I want is to love and receive you as you are. But I gotta look out for my heart. I gotta look out for my own heart. It's taken some time, but I'm gonna start looking out for my heart. Look, I'm not certain what the use is of me in tears, explaining why, explaining how. They'll only be the same excuses I've made for you a while now, but you must not believe you repel me. I just can't bring myself to hold on when I expect any minute they'll tell me you're gone. So I gotta look out for my heart. I gotta look out for my own heart. I've weathered it all and I'm falling apart, and I gotta look out for my heart. Believe me, there are parts of you I love more than I have ever loved anything. If I have ever loved anything, if I have ever loved. never be my mother and force someone who needs me to make it on their own. Two people who support each other are better than two souls alone, but I can't keep it up any longer, though I know how deserving of love you can be. So I hope you find somebody stronger than me. I gotta look out for my heart. I gotta look out for my own heart. It's taken some time, but I'm gonna start looking out for my heart. I gotta look out for my heart. I gotta look out for my own heart. It's taken some time, but I'm gonna start looking out for my heart. It's taken some time, but I'm gonna start looking out for my heart. Thank you, thank you. Okay, this next one, Mike is gonna sing again. It's called Moving. So excited to be at the Kennedy Center right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful building, obviously, that also has an incredible history and so many different performing arts companies and kinds of entertainments brought together under one roof, very similar to Lincoln Center in New York. And this song is actually about Lincoln Center. They do something where they get composers to write a song about Lincoln Center, hint, hint, Kennedy Center. If that's something you want to do, always happy to be commissioned to write a song about a building. This one's about Lincoln Center, and I hope you like it. Also a new arrangement.
Nando said we're moving. When I asked him why, Nando said they're building something. I said I'm not moving. He said, yeah, you're moving. Everybody's moving. Maybe by July, summer comes, they're building something big. Mama, are we moving? She did not reply. Nando says they're building something. Mama finally answered. She said, yes, we're moving. Everybody's moving. Promise not to cry. Summer comes, they're building something great. There'll be shows. Just you wait, we'll go to those. You can't die before you've seen a ballerina on her toes. And maybe you'll be on that stage someday, who knows? So I never cried, although Nando got upset. Even Ma couldn't hide that her eyes were sometimes wet. But she said we'd make do, and my mama never lied. So I never cried, never cried, never cried. By August we were leaving, done with life uptown. Felt like we were losing something. Nando moved to Harlem, we were sent to Brooklyn. I was lonely. Mama calmed me down. Mama said they're building something bright, something fun. Just sit tight, and when it's done, we'll be watching from the gallery as ballerinas soar. They say no one's built place like this before. And I never cried when we found out what that meant. Was there music inside? I don't know, we never went. What it meant was a center we could not afford to enter. We were busy making rent on our walk up in Fort Greene. And though mama hadn't seen a ballerina when she died, I never cried, never cried, never, never. Now I work construction, well, selling the machines, the kind they use for building something. Live in Tallahassee, but a week ago they flew me to a client's out in Queens. Closed the deal a day before my flight. I thought, hell, got a night, I might as well catch the opera or the Phil. Learn why Moses of Manhattan had to flatten San Juan Hill. At least now I could pay for a play or ballet. Well, I didn't smile from my seat way in the rear. Fell asleep for a while, wished I'd had another beer. But then right near the end, I mean right before we clapped, I felt something very hard within me bend until it snapped. And I am trapped for a moment with the music and the dancers, and with Nando, and with Mama. And I couldn't understand it if I tried. But I'm at the ballet feeling something, filled with joy I can't deny. They ruined us for beauty. And I cry, and I cry, and I cry.
Amazing. It's worth giving a shout out to Debbie and Mike right now, who both are not obviously incredible performers and musicians, but also amazing songwriters, arrangers. I mean, I came to the room, was like, let's make something. Let's figure out these songs together. They're both incredible. Please check them out too. Sweet. This next one is Disneyland, which I was supposed to say at the beginning of when I speak, so we know what song we're setting up for.
All good.
But Disneyland. I grew up in Southern California, Manhattan Beach. That's very close to Disneyland. So this song is about Disneyland, and it's called Disneyland. Give a hand for Disneyland, golden oasis, born a California sand. Disneyland, rocket planes and thunder trains, steady confetti raining on the Main Street bend. Disneyland, I'd start to get lonely, and every time my heart pulled me only to Anaheim. Oh, I miss such blue sky bliss when I was in love with something I could understand. Disneyland. That was called Disneyland. This next one's called Lydia. So a couple of the songs. What's nice? I don't do concerts very often. I don't know if you can tell. But what I love doing when I feel so grateful to have this opportunity, in part because some songs are directly from shows, some songs are from different kinds of theater that I put together. This next song is actually from my college band, but I've always been fond of it, and Debbie has such a fantastic voice that I was excited to hear her sing it. So this one's called Lydia, and Debbie will be singing and playing.
Wait, something's not the same. There, that moment when you softly said my name, your hollow, distant tone, I'm here. Do you sound like you're alone and waiting for relief? You know me far too well for that. Oh, I thought that we were it. Let myself believe a little bit, but it always comes to this. A flicker in your voice, your eyes, your kiss. I know the time is gone when all we really had was me. A day sinking into shade, something's fading fast. Lydia, nothing we can do, nothing true can last. Lydia, the day I fell, I remember still. I was leaving to spend a week at home. said goodbye, I felt fine until my window filled with sky. Then suddenly I knew, trapped inside a plane, my stomach nearly cracked with love. Day sinking into shade, something's fading fast. Lydia, nothing we can do, nothing true can last. Lydia, nothing we can do, nothing true can last. Lydia.
Maybe one day I'll put that in a show and then take it out again after it doesn't work. That was Lydia. This next one is called My Ohio. This song is from Devotion, that football player show. And I guess it's whatever song you do first, it becomes that show. Football player is one small part of the show, but it's probably easiest to call it the football player show because that's what you remember. That's what we started with. It takes place in this fictional town in Ohio. And this is a song towards the start of the musical that basically introduces a lot of the characters we're going to meet. You won't see all of those parts because a lot of dialogue and stuff that isn't great in this context. But this is kind of the number they all sing at the county fair before bad things start happening. Great. We're all going to try to play multiple instruments on this one. It's going to be fun.
At the same time.
I was like, I'll play tambourine, and I don't know if it was nice of them to let me. All right, let's try. Let's see. Like this would feel. All right, 1, 2. Like this that make me grateful I'm alive. It's the blessing of a brilliant summer day. It's Cincinnati chili, it's a beer or 2 or 5. It's a cover band that's playing something Daddy used to play. It's the flowers in the trees, it's the breeze when it's raining, it's the sky when it finally clears. Yeah, it's my Ohio, sweet as any song, where we're friendly as all get out till the playoffs come along. God bless Midwest, home it always was. No, there ain't a place can do for me what my Ohio does. It's afternoons like this that make me happy I was born someplace folks know what good living's all about.
It's a field of blue-eyed Marys
And a million field of corn.
It's the smell of someone barbecuing Cuyahoga trout. It's falling back once again into friendly complaining as you joke with the folks you ain't spoke with in years. It's my Ohio, something's in the air. There's not a food on earth that we won't deep fry at a fair. It's Friday whiskey and Sunday morning church. It's the friends of friends of friends who still won't leave you in the lurch. If they hire you in Indy, I'll be sorry when you go. Me, I'd stake my truck on my Buckeye luck in my Ohio. after they go by, leave me glowing with the warmth of where I've been. It's wandering with the corn dog on a never-ending high. And it ain't from whiskey, wine, or gin, it's just the state of the state I'm in. My Ohio, how can I explain? It's enchanting up in Canton, and it's swelling Bellefontaine.
It's mosh pit.
Warm slits.
Sweet tea lemonade.
It's the Jeep my brother bought me.
It's the Veterans Day Parade.
It's the lessons Mama taught me and the life my grandma made. Times can change,
But I know
I Ohio, Ohio doesn't fade. Yeah. Yeah, you know, we had like 6 people playing. You could fill in. I could play both hands on the piano, and we could get some hi-hat. But yeah, it'd be great. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna. Oh, perfect. Great. Just checking the time. I'm gonna do one of the newest songs that I've written. I think I played this maybe one other time. Anyway, very excited to share it with you right now. This one's all me, so no one else to blame. Every minute feels like an hour. Every hour lasts a day. This past weekend I swear a year went by. Lately April seems decades away. I don't know how to tell time. How long is a week? 3 days or 4? A month's an hour or 2 or more. Oh, I try, but truth be told, I don't know when it is then or soon or will be now. I mean, the truth is I don't know how to tell time. They say, doctor, you have to save her. The surgery's set for 10:15. I take a breath and nod, and I think, oh my God, I don't know what those numbers mean. The truth is I don't know how to tell time. I just want to keep that girl alive. 10 plus 15's 25. Is that right? Is time a little like math? No, here's what I'll do. I'll kind of hang around and then someone will come and get me when it is time. But I think they're starting to suspect that I don't know what minutes are. Like when Jake asked what time it was and I locked him in the trunk of my car. And now I don't know how long he's been locked. Maybe not long, like 7 years or 20 years or 80 years. But if I am somehow charged with a crime, go ahead and put me away for as long as the laws allow. I won't care. I don't know how to tell time. 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 I don't know how to tell time, like when something's going on too long or on too short. I don't know, 'cause I do not know how to tell time. I don't know. That's a real crowd divider. That's a real band likes it. People waiting to see the opera. I don't know. Okay, we have one more song. This one actually is audience participation. Who's excited for that? You are. Here's what happens. There's a chorus, and in the chorus, I sing part of the chorus, but then you also sing part of the chorus. And Debbie and Mike are going to sing with you, so they'll give you a sense of how it goes. But real fast, we're just going to do the chorus. So this song is called Just Because You Feel It, and here's the order to remember. Just because you feel it doesn't make it real. That happens twice. Just because you feel it doesn't make it real. Then just because you need it doesn't make it good. Then just because you do it doesn't mean you should, okay? And so this is how it goes, all right? It goes... Just because you feel it,
As you feel it,
doesn't make it
doesn't make it real, doesn't make it real.
Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it,
doesn't make it real.
doesn't make it real.
Just because you need it,
Just because you need it,
doesn't make it
doesn't
good.
make it good, doesn't make it good.
Just because you do it,
Just because you do it,
doesn't mean you should.
doesn't mean you should.
Okay, so now you try that. You're singing with them, okay? So that melody, yeah, you're laughing, but if you think we're gonna start the song till everyone's singing it, you're wrong. Okay, so I go, just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it,
doesn't make it real.
doesn't make it real, doesn't make it real.
Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it,
doesn't make it real.
doesn't make it real.
Okay, they sang it. Now they're not gonna sing it. Now you try it, okay? Just because you feel it, just because you feel it, doesn't make it real, doesn't make it real. Great. Just because you feel it, doesn't make it real. Okay? All right. One time, know them, just you. You're gonna sing through the whole chorus, okay? Here we go. Just because you feel it, doesn't make it real. Just because you feel it, doesn't make it real. Just because you need it, doesn't make it good. Just because you do it, doesn't mean you should. Okay, great. You're perfect. All right, wonderful. And you're gonna be singing with them too. Now we'll do the song. Because you feel it? Yeah, someone went, yeah, please, finally. All right. Mary was born in a small-ass town, but she said, no way, that'll keep me down. Give me a stage and a ball-ass gown, I will sing to beat the band. Everyone laughed and they said, okay, that's a crazy dream. You'll be back someday. But Mary didn't listen. She knew that they would never understand. So Mary moved to the city lights, and she practiced days and she'd waitress nights. Never went drinking or saw the sights, she sang scales instead. 20 years and she never quit, though the whole world told her,
You sing like shit.
the world was right, and that was it. And now Mary's dead. And just because you feel it,
Because you feel it.
doesn't make it
Doesn't
real.
make it real. Doesn't make it real.
Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it.
doesn't make it real.
Doesn't make it real.
Alright, and just because you need
Just
it,
because you need it.
doesn't make it
Doesn't
good.
make it good. Doesn't make it good.
Just because you do it,
Just because you do it.
doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should.
Alright, now we got Judah was a righteous guy, like BFFs with Adonai. One day he heard a voice on high saying,
Set my people free.
so he killed some folks and he wrote a tome, and they shot him twice in his motorhome. Because you can't rise up and take down Rome when you're living in Tennessee. I mean, just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it.
doesn't make it
Doesn't
real.
make it real. Doesn't make it real.
Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it.
doesn't make it real.
Doesn't make it real.
And just because you need it,
Just because you need it.
doesn't make it
Doesn't
good.
make it good. Doesn't make it good.
Just because you do it,
Just because you do it.
doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should.
Oh, what if I'm living a lie now? Living it every day. Who's to say? I forgot the words. I was so excited about the solo. What happened? I really screwed up. Here we go. That's right, just because I can't play piano either. I play piano like shit. Okay, here we go. When seams burst, when dreams bust, we're taught, believe, have faith and trust. We're taught our spirits must stay strong. Well, before you cry out, do your worst. I will clench my aim, I will quench my thirst. Maybe consider first, you might be wrong.
Just because you feel it doesn't make it real. Just because you feel it doesn't make it real.
All right, come on, you got this.
Just because you need
Just
it.
because you need it
Doesn't make it
doesn't
good.
make it good, doesn't make it good.
Just because you do
Just
it
because you do it
Doesn't mean you should.
doesn't mean you should. All right, we got one more chance, okay? Everybody, here we go. You all have to sing. You all have to sing. 1, 2, 3. Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it
doesn't make it
doesn't
real.
make it real. Doesn't make it real.
Just because you feel it,
Just because you feel it
doesn't make it real.
doesn't make it real.
All right, just because you need it,
Just because you need it
doesn't make it
doesn't
good.
make it good. Doesn't make it good.
Just because you do it,
Just because you do it
doesn't mean you should.
doesn't mean you should.
It doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should.
It doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should.
Now, what if I'm living a lie now? Oh, what if I'm living a lie now? Thank you. That's it. That's our whole show. Thank you for having us, Millennium Stage. Another huge round of applause for Debbie and Mike.
Mark Sonnenblick, everybody.
Thank you. Woo! And please enjoy whatever show you may also be seeing tonight. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage as we prepare for another performance.